Oh, there's two men getting criticised following that Swansea result. One, of course, is Melier, but the other is Farke. Surely it's not his fault. We'll get Jacob's view on that Swansea game in a second. We're also talking about the Fair Play League. Where do Leeds sit? The answer to that might surprise you. And we're also talking about club versus country. What would you rather see? England win the World Cup or Leeds win a trophy? We'll get Jacob's view on that. Thank you very much for joining us. This is Where Whites Walk. It's 20 minutes of Leeds chat. We're also looking through some of the best tweets from the weekend. And Jacob, it has not been a happy weekend for your club. How are you feeling? Is it getting to you yet?
Yeah, frustrated. It's literally just looking at something on Twitter then, only a few weeks ago that we beat Sheffield United and Sunderland and were 5 points clear at the top of the championship. And now look at us. Yeah, it's just, I think, everybody kind of saw it coming, after last season and obviously after the seasons we've had in the championship, could maybe see, the script being written again. But look, still 8 games to go, 8 games to play for, loads to play for. And yeah, hopefully we can stay in the top two on the 3rd of May.
I mean, I'm not anti-Leeds at all, and neither am I a Leeds supporter, but there's become a new national sport in watching Leeds fall, isn't there? There seems to be like a unison in football that's delighting every time Leeds don't pick up 3 points, which isn't entirely fair. But let's talk about fairness, because we'll get on to Melier in a second. But Farke is the one who seems to be coming in for some what I think is uncalled for stick. I don't know what your view on it is. Let's have a look at some of them, shall we? Marty Bum says this is on Farke for the second season running. Any manager worth their salt demands a new number one in January and ruthlessly replaces Melier. They don't back him and call him the best in the league. Farke simply hasn't got the right mentality to manage this club. How do you respond to that?
Yeah, kind of get where he's coming from. The fact that Sheffield United and Burnley did a lot of business in January, and we didn't. He thinks he's got enough players, thinks he's got the depth to go on and win the title. Obviously, he's very reluctant to drop any players, really. Based on form, he's very reluctant to drop Melier, fail to replace him. So yeah, I'd probably agree somewhat with that statement. But yeah, something's got to change. He's got to be a bit more. He's just got to go for it a bit more. I think he's very stubborn that he believes in his own decisions. Doesn't really consult with anybody else. Doesn't really listen to the wider fan base.
Yeah, well, Norwich fans will tell you exactly the same thing, that when that was his one downfall when he was at Norwich. But I mean, in terms of the game yesterday, I mean, Noto scores to put you 2-1 up. You've got a throw in the last minute of the game, your own throw in. That's not on Farke, is it? The fact that ball doesn't even make it into the Swansea half, it's not on him that Melier's poor positioned and can't save. So is the Flackies getting slightly unfair this weekend?
I think it is. Obviously, I think the expectation of this squad, especially, people expect us to be a lot higher, or like points per game wise. They've expected us to pick up more, I guess. And the fact that we've, like you just said, obviously Nanto scored 5 minutes to go, then this has happened. People don't expect us to bottle it. In a game against Swansea, it should have been a comfortable win, but actually Swansea deserved to win. But I only think the criticism that Farke receives is due to his lack of rotation, the lack to drop players who are underperforming. Obviously, you can give Aronson all the stick he wants, or the stick you want, and obviously he got the goal yesterday. But yeah, I just think it's a bit of both. I think we're a very reactionary fan base. There's a lot of people who jump straight onto Farke or individuals. But yeah, for that Swansea second goal, it's not on Farke. Obviously, you can blame Melier all you want, but that ball should never get into the penalty box in the first place.
Lots agreed with him. So a few more. Steve says, I don't understand how a team with nothing to play for can win every second ball for 75 minutes against a team who could go top. It's absolutely shameful. TLFC says, Melier, biblical stinker. And Jay says, we can blame Melier all we like, but today we didn't even turn up, was extremely, extremely poor. And Tony adds that we were poor all game. There wasn't a period where we dominated and looked that dangerous that we would go on to put the game to bed. Solomon, Ampadu, Bogle, Aronson, Pirio all had average games. It's hard to blame it on the international break. They simply just didn't turn up. Shades of this time last season, though, isn't it? When big players go missing in games. What do you put this down to? Can we just dust it off as one game and it's the international break, or is there something deeper rooted here?
Yeah, I just think we've been off it genuinely since that Bramall Lane win. I think maybe the players thought that it'd be a bit more comfortable. That Sheffield United and Burnley wouldn't be this ruthless and relentless. And it is the fact, like you said, like last season, we fell off massively after that international break, and that killed our momentum. And once again, it looks to have stumbled us here. For me, the team selection yesterday was wrong. I don't know why he's rushed Ampadu back into the team. Obviously, as club captain, I can see why, but I don't know why he's rushed him back into it. I can see why Tanaka was dropped. Another one, Sam Byram. I don't know why Sam Byram was starting there. Obviously, no, Firpo's been on international duty, but for me, Firpo's one of the first names on the team sheet now with the season that he's had. And then again, Manor Solomon's been on international duty, and yet Ramazani can't seem to get a game. So it is just, for me, that's the only criticism I have of Farke is his lack to change it up. And that's what you need after an international break with 8 games to go. You need fresh legs. You need to change it up a bit.
Yeah. Cheers, Fat. Can you let us know in the comments what you think, whether you think this criticism for Farke is unjustified or not? Right, let's talk about Melier then. We've been here before. We've been here after Sunderland. We've been here after Hull. We'll be here again, no doubt, for the end of the season. All right, I'll say it. It's simply not good enough for Leeds United. Agree?
Not at all. Yeah, not at all. I mean, glad for him that he saved that penalty. But then you look, he doesn't, that confidence isn't followed up. That first goal is genuinely shocking. I hate criticising our own players, but I was watching that back today. It's a free catch. There's nobody around him, nobody challenging him for the ball. It's a clear catch, and everybody expects him just to throw that out to Dan James or Solomon. But he's dropped it. That's unacceptable. It is just unacceptable. Yeah, the second goal, I guess you could be harsh on him, his positioning maybe. But that first goal is just, yeah, it's simply not good enough. And some of the mistakes this season have just cost us 3-4 wins.
Yep, 10 points people worked out, and you would be near. I think you'd be within 2 wins of promotion had these things not happened. Is there any chance of Darlow starting against Middlesbrough, or your away game here going this weekend against Luton?
I mean, see, a lot of people are crying out for it, but I think everybody knows Farke, and some of his quotes at the end, he said Melier's the best keeper in the league and we're lucky to have him. So that sets it up for he's going to stick with Melier until the end of the season, and Darlow won't get a game. But look, Darlow's proved it on international duty with Wales. He's had a few good games for this season in the cup. Yeah, I just can't see any way that Farke would drop him, unfortunately.
Okay. Let's talk about Luton next then. Luton have started to just turn it around a little bit, haven't they? They're forced massively so defensively. They're not conceding goals anymore. Not great up top. So a bit worried for Leeds in this period here. We've got Luton away, which looked on paper 2 months ago to be easy. And then Middlesbrough at home have just put three home wins together and are finding their form again. So Sheffield United go to Oxford at the same time. This could be a pivotal weekend in the season, couldn't it?
Yeah, massive. I think Kenilworth Road's obviously always a tough place to go. Fans are right on top of you. I know Luton haven't had the best season, but they've still got the quality in that side to carve out a win. They need it massively in the position that they're in, and obviously so do we. So, it's not like they've got nothing to play for and they're going to be wounded or anything. They're going to be well up for it, and they'll want to beat us. And we've just got to go there and put the last few games behind us, and just turn up. It's so vital we win now. We can't really afford to drop many points, especially the runs that Sheffield United and Burnley are on. We don't want to let them slip away from us and run away, especially Sheffield United.
We'll do join us every single week as we run through every single game and all the best tweets and social media takes from it. Do drop us a quick subscribe if you haven't done so already. It only started a couple of months ago. This, but 100 subscribers is massive, so thank you so much for that. We'll look at the Fair Play League this week because there's been some suggestions that Leeds aren't as tenacious as they previously would under Bielsa. So we thought we'd have a look at whether or not that was true. Where do you think, just as a guess, I know you haven't seen this, that your team sit in terms of the Fair Play League disciplinary, yellow cards, red cards?
Yeah, I'd say we're up there. I can't really remember many send-ins off this season, to be honest. I'd definitely say we're up there. We did win the Fair Play Award a few years back, when obviously we gave Aston Villa that goal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we'd probably be top six. Oh, top.
You are top. Yeah. No red cards this season.
Yeah, I was going to say, I can't remember one this season.
59 yellow cards as well. And yeah, you are, along with Coventry, winning the Fair Play League so far. Sheffield United fans have said at least they're going to win something this season.
Fair enough.
There's two ways you can look at that. You can say, well done. That's how you. It's not the Leeds United side of old, is it? Putting feet in, but others can look at it and say, well, we are a little bit light in terms of that division, in terms of the dark arts and sticking our foot in. Or do you read that and say, well, that's because we don't get attacked as much as other teams do?
Yeah, I don't know, to be fair. I think it's a bit of both. I think we're obviously one of the sides who want to play football the right way. And like you said, we're not really one of the dark arts teams and things like that. But I'm really surprised we haven't got a red card this season.
Yeah.
Generally, like Firpo normally pops up with one, or Ampadu would, get one, or like Melier last season at Preston when he, I can't remember what it was, he punched Liam Miller, I think, wasn't it? Or something. I can't remember who it was now, but yeah. But no, yeah, at least we won the Fair Play League.
Yeah. I mean, you do have one player in the top 20 dirty players of the division. Jayden Bogle is there in 18th.
Oh, Jayden.
With 37 yellow cards. I mean, he accounts nearly for half of your yellow cards as a team, which is incredible, really, isn't it? When you think about it. Oh, sorry, he's not got 37 yellow cards. He's got 10 yellow cards. Beg your pardon.
10 in 37.
Yeah. So he counts 10 to 37 games. Yeah. So he counts for nearly a fifth of all Leeds.
No, mental.
One player. What does that tell you about your side this season, that you are low on these hard counts?
Maybe we're a little bit too nice to other teams, but I guess it is just kind of like Jayden probably brings people down on the counter, and he has given away a few silly fouls this season. But I would have thought Firpo would have been up there as well. Firpo's always a bit of a clumsy one. But no, I'm still baffled that we haven't got a man sent off yet this season.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully we don't. I don't want us to, but it's like you wouldn't have thought Leeds United, wouldn't have got a red card this season.
No, absolutely. Junior Firpo is the 74th dirtiest player, which of all the players, which is not impressive. Right, cheers, fact. Finally, this week we're asking about the club and country row, which always breaks out following the international break, and it seems to split into some north and south divides. Southern teams tend to put England above club. So let's see what Jacob says, and also let us know in the comments, please, yourself. So come on then, Jacob. Leeds win a trophy, any trophy you want. It can be the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup or whatever, versus England winning the World Cup. You can only see one in your lifetime. What do you want it to be?
Wow, what a question. I mean, luckily for me, I've seen Leeds win the Championship. But I think, obviously, if we won the Premier League, the Champions League, that would mean so much more than England winning the World Cup. I think, obviously, England winning the World Cup would be, fantastic and amazing. But I just think, you see your club win a European trophy or the Premier League, Champions of England, It's astonishing, isn't it? So yeah, I think I'll go Leeds win a major trophy.
Okay, I suspected you'd say that, and I suspect the comments we're going to get are going to be very similar as well. But do let us know. Right, we will wish you well on your trip to Luton, and see you hopefully safely back here in 7 days' time to review how it's gone. Leeds are not falling apart, not yet. Anyway, see you in 7 days.